Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
And that was your last.
Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
So, I can explain the bed thing.
If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake. Crawl there.
It's like Jesus going into the temple. He's like, I got a whip. Get out! Get out! The lovely and wonderful Megan Fox. Not that one.
Not that one. Not the weird one that drinks blood in his toe thumbs.
Megan Fox.
Megan. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
She's the devil.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
Megan.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a like me. You want to tangle? You want to go?
Holy sh!
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But it's.
You pissed off the wrong woman.
Oh my God! I have been assaulted when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother.
She's the devil.
Not for publication.
The story.
I'm Megan.
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 Megan Fox.
Mr.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hey there, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back. It is Tuesday with Tug. Tug, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Yay. I was expecting silence.
I should have been silent for a minute. Just to fuck with you.
Yeah, I played the long intro so you could go and get your lighter. Because, you know, you got to have the cigar ready. You gotta flame it up.
I do.
No, it's not a giant bong, everyone. Calm down.
If it were a giant bong, I'd be melting it with this freaking flamethrower I'm using here.
Well, we have a lot to talk about. Like, shit's blowing up everywhere, and
you know, there's
I don't
more.
know.
You know, there's more of that MrBeast statement actually. So that
there's
Kris
more.
Actually, came back and added to the comment.
Because this is all breaking right now. This is all happening right now. Okay, all right. So let's catch the chat up because we have not talked about this on this program at all. I have never talked about MrBeast, so let's give a little recap. MrBeast is only the biggest YouTuber in the world who allegedly makes content for kids. Now, my kid came to me and wanted to watch MrBeast, and I said, NFW, without the F. No way, man. You're not watching MrBeast. And one of the reasons is because a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, Kris Tyson on his show decided to have an identity crisis in front of all of the children in the audience. And that's just not my bag, baby, not for children. And it gave me big red flags where Kris Tyson is concerned. And so if I had been, wanting my kid to watch MrBeast, at that point I was like, no. And a bunch of people back then tried to tell MrBeast that like Kris Tyson was going to be a problem for him. A lot of them were like, this dude, there's something wrong with him. Like, and let me please explain one of the reasons why an identity crisis in the middle of your, I don't know, how old is he? Late 30s, with a wife and child really rubs me the wrong way. It's red flags all over the place. To me, that means there's some corn sickness going on, if you know what I mean.
Well, there were
weird
whispers.
addictions.
There were whispers of other stuff that was happening in his camp, but his camp, they're not tight-lipped. Most of them are bound by NDAs, so they can't really say anything at all.
Yeah, so a bunch of people that were whispering even back then, like, this guy is going to be a problem for you, and you should probably part ways. But MrBeast came out and defended him and said he called everybody who was criticizing Kris Tyson leaving his wife and his child and everything. They called him, they called everybody transphobes. So MrBeast really was out defending him. And that was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
Yeah.
You could say that it was a mistake. I'm going to pull up an article that we have here. Let's see. Where do I have it? I had it set up. Hold on. Here it is. Got an article that really goes over what's been going on with Kris Tyson. Here. All right. It's on the Publica by Louis Brackpool. MrBeast's sidekick accused of, am I allowed to say that word on YouTube anymore?
Oh, I don't know. You see
brushing
the word.
Horses? Let's just say brushing horses.
Brushing.
Accused of brushing
horses.
After allegedly exchanging
so
inappropriate messages with, I don't even think we can say minors anymore, but I'm just going to do it. All right. Listen,
I said kids, man. I mean,
say
let's
kids.
just cut to
Okay.
it,
Listen, this is going to be demonetized for show. Faux show.
Yeah.
So send the breadstick money because they ain't going to let this one stay up. Okay. Especially not because YouTube loves MrBeast.
Oh, yeah. This is their big at night. And that's no joke. He is the biggest YouTuber on the planet.
He is YouTube. Like, so the algorithm is probably going to shut down people talking about MrBeast any second now. So just hang in there and send the super chats. Look at this. This was a tweet that Kris Tyson put out there a while ago. Mm-hmm. That bitch looked good for a 4-year-old.
Yep.
Wow, guys. And he scrubbed his entire Twitter feed. All gone. And those of you who are going to get on my case about misgendering or whatever the hell, I just can't do it. If my brain doesn't see a she, then I can't say it. Sorry. Okay.
I think there's you're denoting respect too, and I'm sorry to say, but anyone that is a child predator, I don't have any respect for him. So sorry about that.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point. That's a good point. Like, that also would mean that I respect you enough to, use those preferred things. And in this case, I don't. A YouTube star is facing allegations of PDF filia after allegedly exchanging inappropriate communications with the kid, according to several online sources. Kris Tyson, also known as Kris Tyson with a K or Ava Kris Tyson, is MrBeast's longtime sidekick. Since coming out as transgender last year, the 28-year-old, 28, geez. He looks rough for 28. The 28-year-old YouTuber has faced a number of criticisms, with many initially expressing concerns about his decision to separate from his wife despite the couple having a young son. But Tyson is now under even more scrutiny after it was alleged that he exchanged inappropriate messages with one or more minors and arranged to meet at least one. The accusations were first made by Prism42, a YouTuber who uploaded a 43-minute-long video on the inappropriate communications in June. Prism had reportedly contacted the alleged victim under the guise of hiring him for a video editing job and gathered evidence against Tyson during their interactions. But while Prism's video entitled Kris Tyson Talked Inappropriately to a 13-year-old did not gain widespread attention at the time of its release, clips and screenshots from the video began circulating on social media yesterday. One such post, calling attention to the allegations made by the user of the name Ma, racked up tens of thousands of likes in the span of just a few hours. All right, so here it is. This is from Drama Alert. Two videos over the last 30 days outline an alleged, let me share it on Twitter so we can see it here, outline an alleged sexually inappropriate relationship with a kid. It started with the minor at age 13, with plans to meet up the same minor at age 16. Tyson, at the time of this tweet, had yet to respond, but Tyson has responded again.
That first one's a video.
The first one's a video, but like I don't know. Is it me? I find it hard to listen to this guy. We'll try.
This ain't true. And this screenshot is Kris Tyson talking one-on-one with him. And at this point, he would have been 16. And here we go. Here is the picture of them meeting up together. I'm going to censor his face. And as you can see right there's Carl right there. There's Kris Tyson right there. Kris Tyson was talking to this guy since he was 13. Kris Tyson was in college. And of course, the moment he was able to drive, he takes a camper van out in the middle of the woods, which, by the way, very secluded.
Wait a minute, what? Oh my God!
Oh yeah. If you hadn't heard this, this part. So
van?
So it's not a meetup. He goes and takes a camper van to a secluded area in the woods
the kid
and meets up
or
with
Tyson.
them. Tyson takes it to the kid too.
So he rents a murder van. I'm sorry, a camper van, which we also call murder vans where I'm from in the Midwest, to the middle of the woods somewhere.
That's how I took it. Maybe, I don't think that's reversed. I don't think the 16-year-old went to.
Was it the 16-year-old?
College. And of course, the moment he was able to drive, he takes a camper van.
I think it was
maybe
the
he
kid.
did drive. Okay, my bad. I got that.
Out in the middle of the woods, which, by the way, very secluded area. Let me talk about that. Anytime that someone is taking a camper van somewhere, bringing it out in the desert or the middle of the woods, it's very unnecessary because there's RV parks, there's the Walmart parking lot, there's plenty of areas you can go instead of going to a place that's very unfamiliar to you to camp out there, especially in a secluded area. So the real question is, if he was talking to Kris Tyson, who is interested in both men and women, since he was 13 years old and Kris Tyson was in college, why did he take a camper van out to see him and take it out in the middle of the woods in this secluded area? And then he met up with him like 2 days later, like the picture was posted.
There's only one of two reasons: murder or sex.
Yeah, I mean, the middle of nowhere. So from what I understand, age-wise, we're talking about a 20-year-old and a 13-year-old.
16.
Yeah, but I'm saying
he was
at the
13
beginning,
when he started. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
16
it's 13
when they met up.
23 and 16.
Ugh, gross. And then I don't know what I'm looking at here. Are these tweets between them? Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, but not $5. Pathetic. Just joking. And then his, the minor, who was a minor at the time, wait till my Twitch revenue comes in. What does that mean?
No.
I don't know.
It means they were communicating, I guess. I guess it proves communications in the open.
And then there's a picture. Okay. All right. So we'll go back over to the article. Just 1 hour after Drama Alert post was made about the allegations against Tyson, one of the purported victims took to X to deny anything inappropriate had occurred. Hey, honey, can you get me a glass? Thank you. Appreciate it. These videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of, the user who goes by the alias LavaGS said. He then called upon his followers to comment on YouTube videos spreading Prism 42's claims and to correct the record on his behalf. Tug, I only have one thing to say. Minors cannot consent.
Right. And actually, this isn't the only underage person to...
No. Yeah. No, but I feel really bad for this person because, like, look, here he is. He's not a minor anymore, but he's saying, no, this was not abuse. It was just edgy jokes between friends. And it's like, you don't even see it, sir. You were used by a predator as a child for whatever sick reasons that he had. He did that. And that, see, a lot of kids, if the grooming is really good, The children don't think that they are victims. And just because the children don't think they're a victim doesn't mean they're not victims. It's all illegal. Children cannot consent. They can't consent to adults joking with them about sex. They can't consent to meeting adults out away from their parents, etc. Of course, he claims that he met up with him with his parents. And maybe that's true. I don't know. We weren't there. But a lot of abuse victims don't think they were abused. Isn't that right, Tug?
That is indeed correct.
Yeah. But disturbingly, this is not the first time Tyson has attracted negative attention for his questionable activity related to minors. Last year, internet sleuths uncovered a pattern of disturbing posts on Tyson's official X account in which he appeared to make crass comments about children. In 2016, Tyson wrote, "Nothing gets my knob a cranking like some lolly." And does everyone know what that is? It's a reference to jerking it to animated characters that are supposed to look like kids. Gross. While the term lolly was popularized by the fans of Japanese animation, it has become synonymous with pedophilic depictions of sexualized children in cartoon you-know-what. Boy, is this stream going to get hit.
It's going to get hard.
I'm not even going to turn on the little money sign. I'm just not even going to do it. There's no point. But by the way, this is unbelievable. He was also found to have collected and even purchased physical copies of this kind of artwork. And here's a picture of what was hanging on his wall, you guys. Yuck. The art features a sexualized young girl with a big black
rooster
tattoo on her thigh. What? And by the way, the artist that did this, I looked him up like to see what in the hell this was all about, and it's really gross. I mean, he's a guy who actually draws CP.
Is that the guy that so Drama Alert, that's Keemstar, was saying that this person drew a very explicit picture of Keemstar's, I think,
of his daughter, his 8-year-old daughter. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing that this guy would do, including drawing babies. And Kris was such a fan that he was buying prints of this stuff. Gross. I can't even look at that. I have to get that off the screen. And by the way, I've seen a lot of people on the internet. They're all like, "Oh, it's not a crime to have drawn pictures of that." Yes, it is. I guess you haven't looked up the definition of CP in America. Because here in this country, it's absolutely illegal. You can't draw it either. Depictions are illegal of children in those situations. So a lot of people get around it though, because what they will do is here's the problem. So it would have to be taken before a court though, to decide whether or not there was artistic value, right? So that's how they get around it. But just so you know,
just making this clear.
Judge decides that there's no artistic value, you're going to jail.
Well, just making this clear too, that even if people wanted to argue that, remember there is no argument for this person going out and drawing real life children, 8-year-olds of people in very explicit manners. So, we're not talking imagined characters. You're not even getting into fucking hypotheticals. We're talking about
someone's actual child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not okay. In July of 2017, Tyson posted a photo boasting of a drawing he had received which depicted a young girl suggestively licking a handgun. The girl, drawn as wearing a tank top and skimpy underwear, also had a symbol tattooed on her thigh from a racial fetish subculture in which white women like the black guys. The artist behind the piece, known by his moniker Shadman, is well known for his highly pornographic cartoon drawings, many of which depict underage girls as subjects. In several posts to his Twitter account over the years, Tyson regularly reveals refers to female characters in the anime show he has a fondness for, even going so far as to show photos of model statues of those characters he has purchased. One of those characters from the anime franchise Re:Zero is intended to represent a 17-year-old girl. In another post to his ex, Tyson responded to another user writing, "That bitch looked good for a 4-year-old." The context for the comment is unknown, as the post he was responding to was deleted or removed, which also is a bad sign because Twitter went through and did like a bunch of deleting of gross CP, if you remember, and other obscene things. Yeah.
Well, then you have former members of MrBeast's crew. Give me a second here.
There's more too. There's another article. I'm gonna have to find it because there's another one on the same. So there's a more there's a more updated one because there's another person has come out with more stuff. But anyway, since this all happened, Kris Tyson has been, I think he's been fired.
I wonder if he owns stock in MrBeast or something, though. I wonder if he got one hell of a payout for being a PDF file, which is gross in and of itself. You know.
All right, this is funny. This was the first tweet that came up when I typed in Kris Tyson. And this girl says, "You're telling me Kris Tyson, the man who abandoned his family to pursue an obvious fetish, was chatting inappropriately with a 13-year-old? Shocking. Truly." This is the whole thing. Like we said from the beginning, like this isn't going to end well. In a children's programming, like this is the guy you're choosing to be your children's programmer.
I thought this was more telling.
Oh, what does this say?
This is okay. So Jake Franklin, aka Jake the Viking, was a member of the MrBeast crew. And something happened. He ended up no longer being part of it. But he started posting things like Jimmy, aka MrBeast. He knew, and
everybody keeps saying that.
Yeah, but when it's people that are attached to MrBeast, that's a real problem right there.
Well, and all these people who know MrBeast are coming forward to say he knew. So on Kris Tyson's Twitter, this is the message Kris put up. "I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health." Does he mean the family that he left? I want to see the proposed community notes.
There's more too. There's actually 2 more statements underneath that. Here, I pulled them up because
I see. There's wait, where did it go? It's right. Is it right underneath there?
I don't know.
Gays Against Groomers have posted, "You belong in prison." All right, here it is.
Okay,
to lump these two factors together to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad, edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In past years, I've learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. Bad, edgy jokes? And then he said, "I don't want these accusations to impact hundreds of people who work at MrBeast, which is why I've stepped away." And then, there's more. "Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump these two factors." We already read that part. Okay. I think I got it all. Did I get it all? "I want to add that I've never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GS, has vocally supported that they are false. Of course, there's other people. There's at least one other person. there's at least one other person, right? I'm looking for that article. Jeremy talked about it today, the quartering, in his video.
This is just going to be the beginning of it. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot more come out. You can just hear it in people that have worked with MrBeast and everything else. There's going to be. This is just the beginning of it.
Okay. Hang on. I'm smelling chlorine in my room. What is someone cleaning with bleach behind me? I don't understand. I'm getting no answer. But it smells like Clorox. That can't be good. All right, anyway. Here's the newest information to come out. Let's see. Actually, you have that one, Tug. Why don't you bring that up? Because there's a former employee. I don't want to play this because he doesn't actually play the video.
Find it again real quick.
You've got that one.
Yeah, I gotta get it one more. Let me get past the music on the very beginning. Okay, there it is. I was looking for something. There was a video, interestingly enough, there was a video that came out that had millions of hits not too long ago, too, where it was like, Kris Tyson's going to be a problem for MrBeast. And, MrBeast went after that, and there was this big explosion. They went after the channel, tried to get it demonetized and everything else. And it turned out, well, it was true. I wonder if they're going to apologize, but of course not.
Of course not. You think he'll come out and apologize to everybody he called transphobic for being like, hey, there's something going on with this guy and it doesn't look good?
Of course not. Of course not. They'll try to. It's going to be interesting because they're going to try to ignore it. And, YouTube, depending on how big your channel is, like if you go to Social Blade and you look at the loss of followers, depending on the size, it'll only show you losses in thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s and on. So for that channel to show a negative impact, it's going to take a loss of 1 million subscribers. So you won't be able to see it on Social Blade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready for this?
Can you make it big?
Yeah.
There we go.
Music. I'm outside MrBeast studio right now. Here's a cornfield. I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, is there an FBI raid going on? What's happening?
I thought that was an interesting stat. Is there an FBI raid? Wait, what? What else is coming up again?
My name's Dawson. I worked at MrBeast from February to May of this year, 2024. Kris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says MrBeast knew, yeah, MrBeast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Kris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
That's.
Oh my God.
And I noticed, again, a lot of people are not talking about what's going on because you can see at the very beginning of this, anybody that works with them has a non-disclosure agreement. And this guy he's, again, the biggest channel out there. He has a huge lawyer team, and I'm sure they will go after anybody that says anything.
And they might go after that guy. Who knows? Yeah. Oh, it turns out that there's a story behind the bleach. Apparently, some of the kids are painting their clothes with bleach. And they walked in this room and then out of this room. And it just overwhelmed the room. And I'm like, would you keep that crap outside, please? I don't think they understand how chemicals spread.
I thought maybe your computer was trying to clean itself after the topic. It was like, ew, gross.
My computer was like, I need the bleach. Get the bleach bit. Oh my God. All right. I'm just telling her, keep the bleach clothes outside. My throat is burning, for God's sake.
I mean, it's a crazy story though, because I don't think people are processing how big of a story this is. This has the potential to hit Amazon and hit a lot of platforms because, Amazon just paid him quite a bit of money to show that, you have, his candy bars and stuff. They're in Walmart. I mean, there are a lot of places that could take a hit. So there's going to be a lot of reasons to throttle this entire story. You know, outside of Twitter, even Twitter has done a lot of promotion with MrBeast. You know, they were trying to get MrBeast to port over videos.
Now, MSNBC did write something, or MSN wrote something today, I noticed. It's starting to hit the mainstream. And so the Quartering, he found this tweet thread. Another girl has come forward and showed Snapchats conversation between her and Kris Tyson. And Kris, you can see that Kris is emoji with the kisses. And Kris is calling, or maybe it's not a girl, maybe it's a boy, but he calls all these kids dad. It's really weird. But we'll watch a little bit of this.
To those. Well, we now have yet another person coming out with a video that is from a conversation from 2019 when Kris Tyson was in his 20s, from what I understand. And this individual was 14.
Ugh. This is where my thumbnail comes in. I put a little bubble over Tug's head and said, ugh, gross.
Yeah, when I first saw that, that's exactly what I was like, my God.
Starting the conversation on May 6th with a kissy emojis, and then refers to that same kid as dad. Of course, dad.
It's bizarre.
You can see all sorts of various messages going back and forth. He seems to have a situation where he's calling all these kids dad.
Yeah, it's gross. And also really like stepping over boundaries, you know, like when you're I think I've spoken to a minor one time in my career with a lawyer because of a story of reunification camps, you know, and you just have to be so careful, which is why I always want to talk to a parent or an attorney before talking to a minor, because you just don't want to get involved in that sort of thing. And here we have this guy with tons of back and forth between him and minors. It's so unwise. And then apparently there's a YouTube where back in the day or whatever, Kris Tyson shared revenge corn of iCarly, Jeanette McCurdy, on YouTube.
Oh yeah, back in the times when it was those leaks, you know, that's crazy that they allowed that to stay up, you know.
I know. And then there's even more. I don't know if he had it in here. Yeah, maybe this is it. This might be it.
It looks worse. Why don't you just call it what it is? Look how quick.
No, that wasn't it. There's another one that shows. Oh, so that was Snapchat. And by the way, not only did he delete his entire Twitter, but he deleted his entire Snapchat. Now there's also, and this is really gross, but I'm going to play it because you guys have to hear it, because you can't let this guy get away with claiming that these were just bad jokes. He's in a Discord. Did you see that? The Discord recording of him?
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my God. And now I've lost it. Oh, it might be at the end of this. Yeah, it's at the end of this one. Hold on. I'll share this.
Never satisfy her.
Here it is.
Answer in the mouth.
Now, this kind of stuff could get me thrown off of YouTube. I hope not. This is not anything on my channel, but this is one of YouTube's favorite creators speaking on Discord in an open channel with minors.
I know, dude. I would come inside of that egg and then watch her eat it, and then watch her have sex with another man while she comments about how my genitalia can never satisfy her.
What?
What?
This will get awkward.
Did anybody hear that? I know it was hard to hear, but you probably don't want to hear it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I heard that.
There's more.
her in the mouth.
Okay. I gotta say that is one of the not good places.
I hope he goes his entire life not smoking a single cigarette, and then when he gets 80, he just gets fucked by some dude with some cancer dick, and he shoves it in his mouth and gets mouth cancer.
Yeah.
The hell are we doing here? Like, what is going on? This is why my children will never be on Discord. Oh,
The messed up
God.
thing is he's knowingly communicating with minors. I mean, forget all the edgelordy bull. I mean, this dude is having these discussions knowingly with very young minors.
I'm laughing at fake Laura Owens in the chat. Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5, says 14. That's horrible. 14-year-olds should be doing innocent things like jumping ponies over 2.5-foot high logs without falling off. That's good stuff. Fake Laura Owens also says, what up, my bitches? What up? Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5. He's saying up your ass in the intro? How does he know about my Netflix days? Debbie Florio, thanks to the 2. Laura Owens gets off? I thought only Clayton did.
No.
Fake Laura Owens, thanks for the 5. Mr. Beast. Wow, that's what I call Gingras when I see him naked. Oh, no! Nobody wants that. Stick Print Paint, thanks for the 10. I was watching your live from yesterday whilst I was working, where you ended with the breadstick song. I was saving a file and realized I was saving it as breadstick. You're getting in my head. Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5. If this van is a rockin', Gingras and I are knocking. Oh no. McCray H, thanks for the 10. Here's some breadstick money for the stream. Mr. Beast is going to suffer from this, but it's his own fault for being loyal to his friend after the lolly tweet. Yeah.
You know, actually, if there wasn't that big explosion with everything that happened with Mr. Beast defending Kris Tyson and everything, people wouldn't have found all of that. He would have actually been able to delete his Twitter, and a lot of that probably would have never come to the surface.
Yeah. Yeah, but he just, and then also when you start accusing people of being transphobic without listening to what they're saying, where a bunch of people were trying to say, no, there's something wrong with this guy. He's weird. He's a weirdo. It's upsetting. And you would think that somebody like Mr. Beast, who allegedly knew Kris Tyson from childhood, would know this. Fake Laura Owens, thanks for the 5. Hey, cool stream tonight. So far, this dude makes me look normal. Yes.
That's kind of true. Oh, Lord.
Fake Laura Owens, thanks for the 5. Smelling chlorine? It's not me, Megan. I use cyanide. It smells like burnt almonds, or so I've been told. She's on fire tonight. Sabine Simone, thanks for the 2. Computer bleach money. Thank you.
Indeed.
Tease T gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Very
it's
generous.
nice of people to support this stream, because this stream is totally going to get flushed down the YouTube. The censor bot for sure.
Yeah, this one's not going to be allowed to trend in any way, shape, or form. McCray, thanks for the 10, says it's kind of sad. I used to think Beast was a force for good, but when he defended his friend after the lolly tweet, I unsubbed and wouldn't be surprised if he's done. Another victim of wokeness.
I don't think
it's
he'll
true
be
that
done.
people want to close their minds to any criticism if they think it has anything to do with the identity politics. And that's dangerous.
I'm curious. The other people again are saying there's more to come. So I wonder what's going to be exposed later on, because like that former employee is saying, this stuff, it relates to Mr. Beast. Like, again, Kris Tyson knew too much and was a liability, so you had to keep Kris Tyson on. If that's the case, holy crap.
So somebody mentioned Colleen Ballinger in the chat. And I just want to say, I looked into that Colleen Ballinger thing, and it did not strike me as being the same as this at all. And maybe I missed something, but it did seem like she was definitely stepping over lines. She was telling some of these kids who followed her about her marital problems and her divorce and stuff. But it didn't seem to me like she was trying to groom anybody. I could be wrong. I think she was definitely inappropriate. Like, you should not be talking to your fans like that. And adults should never be talking to other people's children. Like, no. But this feels different. I don't know. I could be. She wasn't talking to them about sex stuff, was she? From what I understood, I didn't see that, but maybe I'm wrong. Did I miss things?
I never looked into all of it there. I did notice Bellinger was trying to take an army of underage kids, though, and weaponize them in order to go after her ex. And it wasn't just talking to them about it. It was weaponizing them to go after and to do damage to. So it was some pretty nasty stuff, too. And then, you know, having underage kids come up on stage and do some very inappropriate stuff. And
yeah, and that seemed like really cringe to me. It seemed really bad. Like, I don't know. But you know what she seemed like to me? She seemed like someone who maybe is autistic or socially awkward. But I could be wrong. You know, who knows? Who knows?
I never went all the way down that rabbit hole, though. There were some people that were doing really good coverage of it, so I never went all the way into it.
If she was talking to them about sexual stuff, she's just as bad. Okay, I was not under the impression that was it. I thought she was just oversharing stuff in her life, you know, about her breakup and whatever, which is also not appropriate. J Water Roadless Wolf, thanks for the 5. Breaking news, Laura Loomer is reporting Biden is dying and making his final preparations. Well, Laura Loomer reports a lot of things. Whether or not those things are actually true is another question. But I don't think he's well. SF, thanks for the 5. Here, I thought this would be a Secret Service stream. LOL, inept government agencies sound good right about now over this crap. Well, the good news is, if you want to hear an update on the Secret Service, that Kimberly Cheadle has finally submitted her resignation.
It was no surprise after that hearing. Holy God.
No, it was only a matter of time before she was going to get her pink slip. But it also makes me think, was it because, you know, she knew she was going to have to go, but they dragged it out as long as possible to hide the evidence. That's what it seems like to me. They needed that 10 days to wipe stuff. That's what it seems like to me. Gotta hide the evidence. Can't give up my security clearance until I can hide everything.
Did you see the Trump at the hospital footage?
Oh, you mean when he gets there?
Yeah. I'd not really looked at that footage. I didn't notice
my favorite part is the guy in the wheelchair who stands up.
Yeah. They're like, it's like, oh, he's walking, and the guy stands up, and it seems like they're talking about the guy, and they're like, no, they're talking about Trump. My favorite thing is you can see that, and yeah, give me a second. My favorite thing is that inept Secret Service person is outside yet again, like it's part of the.
She's and she still can't get her gun back in the holster.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's how you knew, because you don't really see Trump in it, but it was like, yeah, you can tell that's the right person.
Can you imagine those people? So this video is from the people in the emergency room who just happen to be there while the motorcade pulls up with Trump.
This is magical in so many ways.
This is magical.
It is. Let me turn the closed captions on.
I'm going to put us down here. Wait, is that... No, I should put us over here. No, that's not good either. I'm trying to find the best. There we go.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Currently at the hospital with Karen. President Trump was just shot supposedly in the head, and they just rushed him here.
I don't think these people knew he had gotten up.
No, look, there's the Secret Service.
There she is.
Here she comes. Can't host her.
Still can't get a gun back in.
Oh yeah, we're front row, and my friend saw blood coming out of his head.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
There he is.
Oh,
there he is. There he is. There he is.
Here goes the guy in the wheelchair. Look.
Look, they're like he's walking. It looks like it should be the guy in the wheelchair.
Okay, he's walking. He's walking. Thank you, Jesus.
So
he's
is that
walking.
guy in the wheelchair.
He's walking. I just saw him. Okay, he's walking. So, yeah. So I don't know.
That was there's so much.
People got
goodness in there.
healed. Wait, play it again with the he's walking part. We got to see the guy get out of the
I want
wheelchair.
to watch that. I want to watch that freaking Secret Service person. I'm gonna start from there because there she is. Here she comes again. I love
Still
watching her.
struggling with that holster.
Yeah, look at her.
She's so bad. Oh yeah, we're front row, and my friend saw blood coming out of his head.
Still fighting with him.
Still fighting.
There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is.
It's a miracle.
He's walking.
It's a miracle. Oh, that guy got up.
He's walking.
Okay, he's walking. He's walking. Thank you, Jesus. He's walking.
I was waiting for this person to get out of their wheelchair too. He's like, oh my goodness.
He's walking.
Yeah.
Everybody in wheelchairs just gets up and starts
Yeah, they just start
walking.
walking around. And they're like, forget that person. Trump's walking. Oh, well, I missed that. Whenever, there were so many videos, and I saw that. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. That's a gold mine.
Can you imagine though, those poor people in that ER, they didn't know, they hadn't seen the footage from the rally, because you could tell, because he's like, I was just told that Trump was shot in the head at a rally, so they didn't see the video, so they had no idea that he had jumped up, and showed everybody he was okay. So they're expecting him to come out on a stretcher, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, when that news first broke, it took the media, because they were going from, there was a disturbance.
Trump falls down.
Yeah, and then they were like, he was hit by a projectile, making it sound like somebody egged him or something.
Popping noises heard as Trump falls down.
Like it was balloons. I was like, oh my God. And when you listen to it, you knew exactly what happened. You could tell, Trump falls down. Oh,
she's still struggling with that holster to this day. She's at home right now practicing. She still can't get it back in. Did that gun ever make its way back into that holster?
Still wandering around a parking lot, still trying to figure it out. Walking around the car in circles.
Oh, justice for that woman's holster. That's what I want. Oh God. All right. Well, I think we've covered all the Kris Tyson stuff, which is really dark and gross, and everybody wants us to move on. So
I think there will be a lot. I think there will be a lot more to that, though, folks, and it'll be interesting. Yeah. The one thing I want to see is the reaction that platforms probably don't have. I'm curious because their silence will be deafening, and they have a lot riding. Like YouTube has a lot riding on MrBeast, so
they do. And it's interesting. So these are the channels that YouTube pushes into the algorithm and elevates and makes sure that they are successful. And then now what are they going to do?
It makes sense why they don't ever want us talking about PDF files, huh?
I guess. But then again, I guess maybe Hollywood and big YouTube are pretty similar, maybe. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. So speaking of allegedly, we need to go over to Gingras blog, Gingras Law.
I got to catch all that up. I'm going to catch that stuff up tomorrow, man. I'm so...
we're going to do it right now.
I'm going to put it all together tomorrow, too, because I haven't even gotten the motion or anything, so...
okay, so I have a confession to make, which is that I have still not read in full his motion to vacate and all those other dumb motion for a new trial.
Yeah.
Because it's all like re, and like I'm just tired of it. I'm just so tired of him. And I have a theory, Tug. Here's my theory. Has David Gingras messed around so badly with the court as far as confusing them with motion after motion, 200 pages here, 69 pages there, 140 pages there. With all of these different things, he's filing in a flurry. Has he confused the court so badly that now the court has made a mistake that he can turn into a real issue? And I think that was his main goal all along. I think his main goal was to paper the shit out of the court. Because that's what he did. Paper the shit out of the court, confuse the judge, wait for the judge to make a mistake, and then make a big, huge, case out of it. Because what's happened is this. This is the latest update. You guys remember that the latest ruling that came from Judge Mata was to deny his motion to vacate, motion for a new trial, all of those dumb motions, the ones that were all in one that I never read. I read like 3 pages and I was like, oh, fuck this shit, I'm out. And she ruled and denied them all. But before he filed that flurry of paperwork, he filed a motion for a change of judge that went to the chief judge, Judge Fisk. It didn't go to Judge Mata, it went to Judge Fisk. And his argument was, well, Judge Fisk had to rule on that one first because if she removes Mata as a judge for bias, then then she can't rule on my pending motions. Imagine, though, at the same time, you're Judge Mata, you're in family court, you have a full docket of families coming to you every single day. And you've got custody cases you're working on, hundreds of pages to read on motions for those. You've got domestic violence cases you're working on. You have divorce cases you're working on. Meanwhile, you're supposed to pay attention to every single thing that this guy files. And he's filing hundreds of pages on you in one case. And you already know that his client perjured herself. So how much attention, and I'm not saying I know one way or the other because I don't. I don't know what Judge Mata is doing. But as a judge, how much attention am I going to be paying to his motions when I have real issues to deal with? And I think he purposefully made her confused, and now there's been some shit happen. So let's read through this because this is really annoying. You won't believe this. No, you really won't. But I do not want to blog about Owens v. Echard anymore, at least not at this current phase. How many times has he said that?
I'm going to say that Judge Mata is to blame a little bit for that, though. Maybe people don't want to hear that, but Judge Mata gave this guy so much fucking leeway. I mean, he did so many inappropriate things, and Judge Mata could have put her foot down any time. But she wanted to.
She never chastised him at all.
Nope, and she should have.
It's also her fault, though, for not recognizing that this guy was going to pull some shit like this, and she needed to be extra careful, because even making a harmless error, as what just happened. She rules, and she wasn't supposed to rule because the chief judge hadn't looked at the change of judge motion yet, gives him a foot in the door. And that's always, by the way, that's how he wins these things. Remember how he's like, I always win on appeal. Yeah, because you're a loser. So then you go to the appellate court and you do some shit to get off on a technicality, and it doesn't matter. The trial judge was probably right. But Gingras will just cause all this confusion, and that's what he's hired to do. So he says, on the other hand, with so much inaccurate information being spread every day by the JFC cult, this puts me in a very difficult position. Do I ignore the BS as I've tried to do since last month, or do I respond and try to set things straight? I know the JFC cult hates me with a white-hot passion. Not really. I feel no passion at all towards David Gingras. I just want him to go away. But you can't deny what recently happened with the notice of change of judge. At least some of the less extreme JFC fanatics stopped for a moment, looked at the facts, and realized, Jesus, Gingras has a valid point we can't refute. Don't deny it. You did.
Shit. I don't think anybody said it that way.
No, nobody said it that way. But I mean, a few people were like, well, if this is right, he might have a point. But we all came to the conclusion that even if she made the error, it was a harmless error and not a structural error. So, even though it's really, really, really hard to change the minds of people, God, where does he get his writing skills? He should teach a class. To change the minds of people who've made up their minds months ago, and even though I have seriously enjoyed not talking about this case, there's still a glimmer of hope. There is still a small chance that some people might stop drinking Clayton's Kool-Aid, even just for a minute, and they might finally realize the truth, that there are serious problems in the way this case has been handled, and those issues deserve public attention, concern, and perhaps corrective action.
But you notice he's trying to shift the conversation here because he wants to shift it away from Laura Owens and everything that Laura Owens did, and he wants to shift the conversation toward Judge Matta.
Yeah. Right. Here's the deal. Earlier today, Judge Matta issued a one-line order denying all my post-trial motions.
Denied. Sit down.
Motion to vacate the judgment, motion for a new trial, etc. Is that a big win for Clayton? Obviously, JFC thinks so, but here's why they are so wrong. First, as everyone knows, on July 8th, 2024, I filed a notice of change of judge for cause. That notice was based on, yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. He filed the notice. And now he's going to law-splain to us, Tug. Do you want to read this paragraph in your best law-splaining voice?
Oh, Lord. Yes, totally. Give me a second here. Let me get it on here. I have to channel deep. Let me get a little cigar in my voice there. Okay, I think I'm settled. Here we go. I understand most of you following this case are not lawyers. Are not lawyers. That's what it should say.
Lawyers.
And that's fine. But at the same time, if you aren't currently licensed to practice law in Arizona, and if you do not have substantial experience, he didn't even say legal, experience practicing civil litigation in Arizona's trial and appellate courts, you really need to be careful about rushing to judgment regarding what you think the law says. You've got to be hashtag yikes. Although I don't follow this case closely on social media. He's lying, son of a bitch.
What a liar.
Although I can't give me a second. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I'm very professional. Although I don't follow this case closely on social media, when I do see comments, mostly forwarded by Laura and others, Laura and her 4 dozen fake accounts, easily 90% of the JFC comments about the law are simply dead wrong. I get that JFC doesn't care about the truth. I get that JFC is allowed to claim they don't know the law. That's why we have courts to settle these disputes.
Oh, thank you so much for telling us that, because we had no idea what we have court for.
What is a court made for?
What does court do? What do court do? Huh? Someone tell me, what do court do?
Me liking the pretty lights in the video you show. He's like, no, that's a court video. Oh, shit.
Me no right.
I'm serious, man. Oh,
I mean,
God.
he's such a dick. This guy is a dick. I'm sorry, but this is why no one likes you, Gingras. We didn't have any problem with Corey. We didn't have any problem with Alexis. We didn't have any problem with any of our other attorneys. We have a problem with you because you're a dick. No one likes you because you talk to us like this.
This D-bag is trying to say that he, in this case, are somewhat like that Judge Ingram. You know, I mean, it's like, yeah, no, not even the same. We'll pull that up in a minute after we're finished with this part too. But here's the deal. JFC wants to win this battle on social media, not in court. And JFC thinks the order of the day today is a win for Clayton. That's absolutely wrong as a matter of law. First, the order today is void. That's hashtag V to the O to the id. That means it literally doesn't exist. Hashtag literally. Because Meta has no authority to issue this order while the notice of change of judge remains unresolved. And no. The notice has not been denied as of yet. Oh my God, what a condescending douchebag.
I mean, he's okay. And here, I thought maybe the chief judge's denial was just in a different pile being entered by a different clerk and wasn't going in the right order, because sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
It turns out, it looks like that's not the case because the judge's order never came out. The chief judge's order just didn't come out. So now, Judge Mata, after this blog came out, this was like last week sometime. This morning, Judge Mata rescinded her last order that denied all these things. And I'll show you what it says, because it is a head scratcher. It is hard to understand what the hell happened here. All right, let me see if I can, let's make this bigger, because this is not big enough. Here we go. That's big enough. Order entered by court. It has been brought to the court's attention that a notice of change of judge for cause, memorandum and affidavit in support filed on July 8th, 2024 before the presiding family court judge, Honorable Rhonda Fisk. This court prematurely ruled on petitioner's motion to vacate judgment, motion for new trial, alternatively motion to alter amend judgment, motion for leave to exceed page limits, filed on July 12th, 2024, unaware of the notice that would suspend the court's authority. Let the record reflect, the ruling on the motion is hereby withdrawn, pending further action from the presiding family court judge. Okay, so basically she's saying, I didn't see this motion to change judge. At least I think that's what she's saying. And so I prematurely ruled, but I'm taking it back. So the orders are void, like he said, until the chief judge rules. Now, the problem with this that's been pointed out to me is that allegedly David, in his motion, in all those motions that she denied, allegedly he mentions the motion of change of judge several times, which would make it difficult for this judge to say, I didn't know that existed. Right? Unless she didn't read it all that closely.
She probably didn't. It's probably like she sees it in, that Charlie Brown voice. Wah, 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 wah. Because when I read some of that, if I don't read it live, then it just blurs into it. That's why I read these things live, because it forces me to read this stupid shit.
Yeah, it's really bad though, you guys. I mean, it's really repetitive, first of all. It is almost impossible to follow. And I swear, I think he's doing it on purpose. He repeats himself so many times that you find yourself skipping ahead because you're like, well, I already read this. He's like copying and pasting shit. And I don't know. I feel like he's done this on purpose. That he's made his motions hard to understand and like confusing, and then filed so many of them at the same time that now the court got confused, and now he's going to use it to wage absolute war on her, is what I think.
He's gonna motivate these people though to, Laura, DA, you watch. This is going to blow up spectacularly. Because
I don't know. Let's think about what's the worst case scenario that could happen. Worst case scenario for Clayton is that actually, what's the worst case scenario is that the chief judge decides to grant his motion for a change of judge for bias. Normally, that would go, the remaining parts of the case would go to a new judge. But he's going to say, no, I need a new trial now because you removed the judge for bias, so she didn't get a fair trial. So the whole thing will have to be retried if that happens. Now, I don't really think that's going to happen, but a new trial really isn't going to go well for his client. He has the same set of shitty facts.
Yeah, and not only that, man, if I were Woodnick, I'd be like, please, God, give me, since he wants a new trial, can we get, 3 hours, 4 hours, please?
Yeah.
Because
Can we get
I'd
a
like
week?
to get, let's get the people that didn't get to go on the stand. You wanna see this stuff go really badly? Oh yeah, why don't you get back out there and retry this case because they didn't get to present. They presented a fraction of what they had. Right. I mean, remember when Jingy was on the Twitters and he was bragging that the other side had 1,700 pieces of evidence and his was he had so much fewer and his case was so much tighter, kind of like Laura Owens. You know, that's gross. Thank you for that. Thanks for that mental image, Megan. I needed that.
Sorry.
She lied.
But I mean, he was bragging about how, the other side had way too much evidence they'd never get in at trial. Well, if you get a new trial, maybe we'll get what we need, which is an entire week to try it. And more lawyers' fees to be added on to the end. And I don't think that it would have any effect whatsoever on Judge Mata referring her to the county attorney, because the county attorney is a completely separate entity from the judge. The county attorney doesn't have to take the judge's recommendation. The county attorney can say no, but the county attorney didn't say no. She said, I'm going to assign an investigator to this. Once that has happened, it is out of the court's hands. There is nothing anybody can do on the court level to stop the county attorney from investigating a person who she has found a reason to investigate. Nobody can stop that. So I don't see how this is, but I'm really, I'm exhausted, Tug, by this.
That's his plan. I just look at it as more Gingras stupid. He has to have stuff work for him anyway. Like any of this stuff, it has to, so many pieces have to fall in play just for him. And what does he get at the end if all of that goes well? Again, we get a replay of a very bad trial for her. So,
yeah, I don't see how this goes well for him in any way. So if he gets everything he wants, the best thing he can hope for is a new trial with the same set of terrible facts.
What?
Where'd you get that sonogram again, Laura? Where'd the sonogram come from? Emma Washington, thanks for the 5. Colleen sent her underwear to underage male fan. Very inappropriate. Okay, what I understood about that was that lots of companies send her things, brand new things, and she was resending them to people, and they were new. Still, you should not send underwear to underage people. That's very bad. Ugh. But, if they were hers, that would have been even creepier. But yeah, that's not good. Sorry, Tug, what were you saying?
No, I don't know now. My brain just was like, oh, gross. It went to nasty. No, gross. I don't see how this stuff helps him. Again, worst case scenario on the Clayton side. Again, we get to watch. We get to watch yet another trial. We get to watch this more. They have. What are they going to try to weaponize? We saw their case. Like, what are they going to add? What didn't they get to say? Because, they tried every nasty little thing in the book. They tried to go with the non-consensual claims. They tried to go with all of this stuff. And Judge Maddow was convinced that this needed to be forwarded over without other people really speaking about the extent You know, she's read the filings, but my God, if we'd have had Mike Mancini, Greg Gillespie, if those guys would have gotten to speak, ooh, man, this could have gotten really, really ugly. You know,
Yeah, poor Greg. You know, Greg Gillespie has never been able to speak, and that's some seriously bad stuff. Really bad stuff. By the way, have you seen the new text messages?
Yeah, I thought about going over all that stuff because I think that needs to actually be reviewed.
Okay, so I had already seen these text messages. I was not going to release them because I just didn't think it was necessary at the time. But, you know, certain people have released them based on other statements they found to show that she's lying.
Right.
So, you know, it is what it is. And so they have been releasing them. I don't know. I was just like, it shows so much, by the way, talk about how this relationship was. But it really does exonerate Michael Mancini because there's nothing in 2,500 pages of text of anything about him abusing her. Everything is her telling him she's going to change. She's so sorry. Her behavior is so bad. All of this stuff. And now it's all coming out. I'm wondering, did they put it on the Justice for Clayton page? Is that where it is?
Yeah, give me a second.
Because some of this stuff is crazy.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of it, too.
I'm looking. Let's see. Latest.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it real fast. There's so much stuff.
Hold, please.
Yeah, you need some hold music. No, don't play that. I'm going to get a girl from Ipanema stuck in. No.
Too late. It's too late. This is my show. I use the hold music all the time. I haven't used it in a while. Everybody do a little samba. You found it? That'll make him work faster.
Yep, I found it. Here we go. Satan. I did find it though. Yeah, I was looking through Clayton's Justice.
Enough.
I knew it was somewhere in there. I was like, please, faster. Yes,
Please,
77 pages of these. Yeah, and I mean it's so bad.
A lot.
Yes.
Okay, let's read through some of these, shall we? This will be fun. You can be Mike.
I must start
which
with
one?
Mike here.
Is that Mike on the left? It must be.
Yeah, it's got to be because look how long.
Yeah,
it is.
it's got to be. Mike doesn't talk like in paragraphs.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, no, you're not.
I am having a very tough emotional time here, and I'm extremely conflicted. I care about you tremendously. I was so proud to be with you already. My issue was that I gave you a total out to not be responsible whatsoever if you let me make my own decision. Yet you convinced me you wanted to be with me and pushed hard for an abortion. So I chose that for you. Things changed when you just get me to do it when I'm not ready to make my own decision. I wouldn't have chosen an abortion and you knew that. So once it's already done, and the initial drug that was taken means it may have a birth defect, I'm kind of trapped. That's why I said what I said about you needing to be responsible. I was up until now. You know that, and if you lie about that, I really can't trust you. I would have had way more respect for you if you just admitted it.
I got up, and then I unblocked you. You know, we've got a cut here.
Something.
Trying to comprehend.
Trying to comprehend this.
Good morning. I just woke up. Yes. It sounds exciting, yes.
Makes no sense why you would block me after I had taken them. Before, yes, I could understand you were stressed, but I don't get it at all.
Wait a minute. Are these texts between her and Greg? These are Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Because Mike never blocked her. Mike was
this is Greg.
sweet.
Yeah.
This is Greg Gillespie.
You said it was Greg at the beginning because you were like...
I thought I said Mike.
You might have said
Anyway,
them,
there
but-
are some out there between her and Mike,
Yeah, this
too, that
is-
are new. So this is Greg Gillespie.
Yeah,
Because, as soon as she said she took the pills, Greg blocked her.
My gut is strongly telling me you plan to pretend I didn't exist afterwards, and I wish to hell it didn't. Because the last thing I want to do is bring in potentially compromised kids. I knew I was acting highly emotional, anxious, and frantic, which is why I told you I didn't understand why you wanted to stay with me, and I had no problem with you doing that. And absolving yourself of everything if you just let me take the time to decide what to do. The option went away after I took the first pill, because I never would have intentionally harmed the fetus if I wasn't sure that that was what I wanted. I want to believe you so badly, but I don't. It would be foolish to think that you wouldn't leave after I took a second set. You don't have enough invested in me to stay.
That's crazy what she
Oh,
said.
Holy shit.
I mean, listen to that sentence, I took the first pill. That option went away after I took the first pill because I never would have intentionally harmed the fetus if I wasn't sure that's what I wanted. That's crazy the way that's worded. Oh my God. I'm not ignoring you. I've been working all day. I have a team dinner tonight that I'm going to. Doctor says I'm not contagious now, and I've not had a fever, but I'm very fatigued just working at home all day.
Well, if you're not contagious, we can see each other. That's great. We can do that before I say for sure that I'm keeping it, but right now I am. I really would like an answer to the trust question.
Keeping what? The baby? You are? The shock messed me up for a minute. So you go back and forth and change your mind more than anyone I know. Oh, and your word. I haven't changed mine once. And you're asking me about trust? No, man. Laughing, crying emoji. Interesting. Good to know. I haven't changed mine. Oh, wait. Good to know. So many false narratives. It's very peculiar.
You blocked me everywhere, Greg. You had no intention of ever speaking to me or seeing me. As I've said over and over, I don't get why you would choose to block me everywhere after you knew I took the pills and not before. You had no concern for how I was feeling or anything. I will promise to not go through with them if I see that it's me you want and not just for me to have an abortion. We need to start now and not take time then. I don't believe you actually want me at all, and I'm absolutely continuing this if you don't want to see each other in person. Let me know ASAP, please. I can't think of anything else, and I'm going to go with my gut on this unless you show me you want to be with me. That's a big, big step.
Did I lose you? Uh-oh. One of us is on
Am
silent.
I back? You lost me for a second. I don't know what happened. But the more I'm reading through this, I hope that Rachel Mitchell has copies of this stuff because this is insane. This is literally insane. This
You
is
imagine some of
blackmail.
this. Yeah, you imagine some of this stuff being introduced into a trial. Like, reading some excerpts, some of the crazier excerpts. Not saying all of this isn't crazy, but taking some of the threatening texts that we've seen, her going out, threatening to sue him. And again, you've seen this. I mean, God, the stuff in this.
The walls of text. Lordy, says Cassie. Yeah, walls and walls of text. To be clear, your blocking me was what changed everything, considering that was definitely not the ending you wanted. I would feel obligated to have one or two or whatever, even with these issues from the first pill, because taking that wasn't my decision. And because of that, I would expect you to contribute and not have me do it on my own, especially if they were compromised. My preference would be you and me finishing this and moving toward doing this the right way. But I am really skeptical of what you want. Sleeping together in the same bed would be the big first step. I need to feel physical chemistry, and I can't via text. Don't wait until later on tonight to say you didn't see this and text me then, as that really wouldn't help with trust. Oh my God, she's always trying to get them into bed with her. And it's so weird.
Well, it's because she's hoping that they really do get her pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, ultimately, that's what she was talking with Clayton. Hey, you know, I'm a safe target there. You can't get me pregnant. Therefore, you can do anything you want, man. You know, and it's like, holy shit. What if one of these people took her up on it?
Ugh.
I'm working right now. Dinner at 7. Also, I'm not contributing to any child you have as well aren't having a baby unless it's the right way. This is not that. You also are the breadwinner. In fact, I believe you'd owe me child support if I decide I want half custody. So you need to reconsider your wants and needs here. I want to start a relationship on the right foot, and this is not it. Having a bastard child. You already made the decision and promise. You also did not want me involved if you decided not to follow through, which you have.
I did want you to be.
So rather than sit here and text nonstop all day long about threats.
I wanted you. That's still what I want. But if you're out either way, I'll do the right thing.
I'll do the right thing if. Oh my God.
What's the right thing? Keeping the babies? I don't...
I think she's going with, well, if one of them is damaged or gone. So they, the twins, or it, you know, the boy or the girl, whichever one. Yeah, it's so messed up when you start thinking about what she's really... I mean, think about the plan, how far she scripted this in her mind. So you should consider the seriousness of what you're doing. Giving a child in a home with one parent, a bastard child that isn't wanted, plus you're giving me an ultimatum, the right thing?
Morally, not for me.
I've said the same thing all along. We will date and be together. I've not changed my mind.
You blocked me the second you found out I took the pill. I was updating you on what was going on, checking on how you were doing, etc. And you had no interest in me and everything was going in green. Then social media, that's not what you do after someone takes abortion pills. I was going to take the second pills last night before I realized what you'd done. This pregnancy and abortion thing has made me feel like the worst person ever. Then to find out that you actually wanted to block me from your life after you knew what I did for you? I'm not changing my mind until we spend time together. You might not want to be with me afterwards. I need to figure this out before I get an ultrasound, because I would like to avoid a heartbeat altogether.
Wait a minute. Whose heartbeat is she talking about? Because this is starting to feel like a murder plot.
It very much does. A lot of
She's
this
like, we need to be together so I can make sure that I get your heart stopped.
All this sounds like fucking Fatal Attraction is what it sounds like.
So weird.
You know? You already have changed your mind.
No, I didn't.
What's to say I should believe you? I'm done playing games with you.
I won't change my mind. Yeah, me too.
I never did.
I want to be happy. You blocked me, though. I will forget that, and we can do the abortion if we get along and can move past this.
So weird.
It is. You have emotional, not calm. Changed your mind, made threats, came to my house when I was asleep. Well, that's creepy too. Yeah, any person would when being harassed 24/7. That's how I felt. I don't have time to argue.
Threats to continue a pregnancy within my own body are not threats to you. I came only to see if you were okay. I want to see you and forget this.
I wish.
We can do the pills this week if we can just move on.
She didn't even catch the, I want to forget this. I wish. She didn't even register it. Oh, Lord. But you're making it much more difficult than it needs to be.
Swear to God.
Swear to God. I don't want to hear that. I just want you to take care of it and move past this.
I'm not doing it without spending time together after this past weekend.
Which you have yet to take control of and do. Instead, all of this nonsense, heckling for what?
That would be stupid of me. It shouldn't be that hard for you to see me if you really want to be with me. I would love to see you and act like nothing has happened. Person-to-person interaction changes everything for me, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
I'm scared of everything, of going forward with the pregnancy, of not going forward with the pregnancy, of birth defects, of God's punishment, of losing you, etc. You have to get where I'm coming from. If you truly want to be with me, this should be a no-brainer for you. And in regards to telling your family, it would be half your kid, and I would want someone from your side playing somewhat of a role in the pregnancy. And in terms of telling people, yes, if you did decide to bail the second after the pills like I believe you did, I would not have a problem pursuing my rights. I gave you an out so many times to just give me time and let me figure out without your involvement. And you were adamant about saying you wanted to be with me and get it done then. This is such a simple thing. If you really want to be with me and move on, why wouldn't you want to see me?
Laura, we will have nothing to do with this child. You are absolutely wrong if you think me or anyone in my family pile be... My family
like a puppy
will.
pile.
I think it will be. Family will be at all involved. My family pile.
Right.
Yeah.
Then why don't you want to see me and do this?
I don't get it too. Yeah. That you will, and my family will be involved. You're out of your mind if you think that'll ever happen. If you have this child, you will never see me.
You mentioned your family above and also about child support.
And my family will never speak to you.
Let's not have a kid.
No shit, Sherlock.
Let's just be together then.
Jesus, whoever said we were having a kid? We are not. And you won't have me in your life. So don't ever mention that again. You won. You pissed me off. Well done. I cannot believe you. Wow. I turned off notifications for 20 hours to get some fucking rest to fight a fever. Do you not see the irony in the way you behave versus me? I have been honest with you. Patient. Not changed my mind, and you have.
I was sick as fuck from the pills, and you don't care. Yet you threaten. Oops, that's not me.
I got too involved. I was too in character. And then Steve called me a dumbass.
Yet you threatened me and my family with this. You couldn't even take them correctly. Talking about you couldn't even take the pills correctly. He's calling her a dumbass.
Threaten anything at all.
That's your fault. I know how to read directions. And if you had questions, you should have asked. By the way, how do you have time for all this drama?
Who takes pills in their vagina? I don't.
No, I don't have time. I can't afford it. Take care of it. And you won't be.
Am I understanding correctly that you're supposed to shove one of these pills up the hoo-ha?
I have no idea.
And she didn't? She swallowed it instead? Allegedly.
She
there
put
were
it in
never
her
any
armpit.
pills.
She was like, under the armpit. Yeah. Oh my God, this is so bizarre.
Oh, God.
And stop putting us through so much back and forth.
That's what I wanted.
This is literally insane. Never have I ever been a part of something so ludicrous. Then do it and stop with the drama.
Neither have I.
She lied with a straight face.
Really? I don't do drama.
I don't either. You're not pregnant. Have some damn empathy.
Clearly you are. I have. It wasn't enough. All right, so good morning. I appreciate the text. I don't feel great after going to dinner. I was completely exhausted and drained sitting at my table, but I needed to go. We had a new girl start on Monday, and I needed to be at dinner to break the ice, or else it likely wouldn't happen. I'm still working from home, as it is not comfortable for clients. This has been the longest I can remember being sick since I was younger than 20. My immune system has always been very strong. I did not sleep well last night. I know it's stressing you out also. I don't know why this would be happening other than the stress I'm under. I got very upset because of this. Also, knowing that I was likely not looking forward to the dinner because of the current state, and then the stress. I just want this to be handled appropriately so we can move forward. Nothing I'm doing is appropriate or normal either. This is hard for both of us. I'm sorry. I got emotional also.
I'm very sorry that you're feeling sick and for the role this has played in it. I feel panicked and misunderstood because the last thing I want to do is be dramatic or play games. I felt very strongly that I would either go through it to be with you, and for a greater way to do this ahead, or I would do what I felt my faith was guiding me to do. I have been terrified either way.
Tug, I don't understand any of that. What? I have felt very strongly that I would either go through it to be with you, and for a greater way to do this ahead? What? What?
Yeah, either we will have our relationship, or, I'll do it the way that my faith says. The way I'm like, what? What
does this even mean? Like, she sounds like like someone who didn't take her meds. Oh, here we go again.
When it failed the first time, and then I found out you blocked me, it made me feel like somehow the universe was telling me I made the wrong decision. Sorry for being firm about seeing each other before I do this, but I have to make sure we have a connection before, and that this is worth it, and that there's an us, and that there is going to be afterwards. I don't understand why that would be any issue if you felt strongly about me and wanted to stay afterwards. The conversation last night makes me feel that way. It has been a long time of us going to each other's throats, and I need to remember who we were pre-pregnancy.
Is she really talking about each other's throats?
Again, by no means during this process have I actually wanted to have a child out of wedlock, and under these circumstances, Catholic school really freaked me out.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you were Jewish.
Yeah, I thought you was a Jew. Wait.
I thought you were Jewish, Laura. But no, her Catholic beliefs really freaked her out.
About the consequences. I want to receive a kid in a marriage out of love, and where we actually want to see pregnant on a pregnancy test. I think that we can use this situation as a strong foundation for something more meaningful.
Will you take the pills tonight? I don't want to have a baby this way. He's trying. He's like, please, come on.
Just take the pills already.
Oh, she's already like, oh man, I've already taken a pill and I think it's probably caused damage to a fetus, which is messed up. Because, if it's done damage, aren't you torturing an unborn child?
Yeah, God, this is terrible.
It is. That would mean you could take the others tomorrow and Friday, and by the weekend, I would be hopefully 100%. This would be past us. We plan to go to Sedona, maybe Sunday. I have paid time off. Also, if you can get off work, we could go Sunday, Monday. I need to relax after this. I know you do also. I can't with everything going on. This should have been completed this time last week. Neither of us has handled it well. I'm sorry I got upset. Sorry I blocked you. I'm sorry I'm sick and I can't be myself at the moment. I promise you. I like how it said, I'm sorry I blacked you, by the way. I promise you we would continue to see one another, assuming you would want to, grow with each other, use this as a reason to be stronger and build a foundation. We move way too fast. I said this then, I say it now. We need to get to know one another and not on this stressor. Neither one of us has been ourselves. And there is no chance we will be until this is beyond us. I want to get to know you. Not this version that no normal couple would ever have to face. We haven't handled it well until now, and we won't until it's behind us. We are human. We have feelings, and this stressed us to the max. I want to do everything I can, move past, heal, to get to know each other under a number of circumstances. We wanted to take care those weeks ago, and not another day moving forward. I will call you tonight, and we will do this the right way. Just promise that you will remain calm, and I will remain calm for us also. We both have let our emotions get the best of us, and it has been damaging. I don't act this way. I've missed so much work. I'm so behind. I haven't been seeing clients in a month. I will have no sales in a couple of months with no pipeline. I need to get better. You need to get better and back to normal. And with this over our heads, it won't. I can't sleep. I can't focus with all the additional outside stressors. There won't be a relationship with someone you've known for a week. We need to get our lives back and healthy. And then we can get to know our true selves. This is damaging both of us severely with every hour that continues to pass. I know that I liked you very much when this wasn't on our minds and over our heads. I know that it is damaging each of us. I want this to be over. Do you? Can we take care of it this week and try for this weekend? The timing's perfect. I don't want to go into the week, next week, with this on our minds any longer. I should be almost healthy. This will be beyond us. Hopefully have a nice weekend. Get back to the week and we can get back to ourselves. I promise you this. I will support you after this. I will grow with you, get to know the real selves, and we begin our relationship on the right foot. The tight foot. On the tight foot. I need the same from you, to see that you support what I'm trying to do here also. Get back to healthy.
That was a lot of words, Greg.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, yo, come on, we got to get, you know, I mean, he's getting played here. He knows he's getting played here, too. He knows it.
I'm very calm now. I hate how both of us have acted. I didn't get this vibe from you at all when we met, and I'm sure you didn't get it from me either. It's so helpless. Because like you said, we don't know each other well enough to know how we normally are. I have never in my life had anxiety, and this is out of control. I feel like my mind is running 100 miles an hour, and if I were you, I would have blocked me too, as soon as I thought this was done.
Indeed.
There was a reason that I was so emphatic about being able to trust you. You didn't know me well enough to have anything to lose by saying whatever and moving on. You didn't care at all about how I was after. I'm still shocked at what you did, because I thought I could trust you, and because I had given you a total out. It didn't make sense, but it crushed me. And when I was trying to tell you I had to redo it, it was going to be no big deal. Thought we would just do it Sunday. You've blocked me twice. and I have no reason to think you won't do it again. I will absolutely do this, but I have to remember who you are, and you should need to remember me too to commit to me, or it doesn't make sense.
I'm stressed to the max, and will be until this is done.
I'm looking for a
I
button.
have anxiety over the roof.
My God, man. I mean, he keeps saying that. Look, this is ruining my life. You know, you're ruining my life, but I just want a happy moment. He's like, okay, well, we can have a happy moment. Just get it done. We'll go to Sedona. We'll hang out, take some days off. Well, you know what you did to me. It's like, oh my God.
Take a gummy, take a couple of Plan B. Like,
yeah, really.
The last thing in the world that I want is for you to lose your job. I think you're incredible and an amazing salesman from what I know. I wouldn't want to be with you if I didn't think you were as committed to being successful and aspirational as me.
I've not been myself, neither have you. And I have to trust that in you. And I have. I need the same from you.
I want to make you better.
I can't afford to miss any more work, Laura. I can't afford it.
That's what I want in a partner, too.
Thank you. So let's take care of this tonight.
Why can't you sleep in the same bed with me tonight, if that's what I need?
That's fine.
oh dear God. He's like, okay, it's fine, whatever.
I have a sales trial at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so I would have to leave at 5:45.
We just need to start the process, and it can't wait another day. I need sleep too.
To prep the horse and make sure it's perfect. Okay, I wanted to go to Sedona and was going to mention it to you.
Can we go Sunday? I want to take care of this and go when we don't have the stress.
You're going to be terrified of touching me, LOL.
LOL.
I want to trust you more than anything, but I don't know how to.
I told you what I want, how I feel. We can't go in circles on this. We can't afford the time and energy. I've shared and shared and shared that I want to date you. Not this version of us. So take care of it. Let's move forward. I'm not going to be made to convince someone of anything. Either you accept this or you don't. So let me know.
I don't want a child on my own. I know it probably sounds crazy considering only 4 dates together, but I can see us having a kid in a few years. I felt something special with you.
Okay. Then you have your answer. Can we move forward?
But I'm afraid the thing that pushed you away last time made you ghost me. I want to ease your stress and move forward for both of our sakes. Greg, if you don't feel that way, don't ask me to do this.
Oh my God. I just let you know what I want to do this. I just said everything I can say and shared my feelings.
I'm asking you how I can trust you. You don't want the kid more than you want to be with a stranger. You've already proven you would leave. So, why wouldn't you this time? This whole thing is really up to you. You didn't do what you promised before. I want to believe you. I was excited to be with you, and I still want to be. I really felt like you were being extremely selfish, and not like you understood what I was doing for a gut feeling I had for you.
Oh my God, because I'm trusting you, and you promised you would do this, yet you've taken your word back, and I'm here, not taking my word back.
I'm not taking my word back. You took it back by doing what you did. with blocking me and not giving a shit about how I was feeling mentally and physically.
So you didn't accept my apology like you said you did, and now you're revisiting all of this while we've already discussed and decided to move forward because it's best, and you're questioning. I can't say anything more than I have, so please don't accept my apology and say you want to move forward if you don't. I don't have time for that.
I do accept your apology. I want to be with you.
Then why are we still spending energy on this?
You don't leave me. And only ask me to do this if you want me, not just an abortion. I was mad yesterday and impulsive. I wouldn't ask you for child support. So just make sure that I am what you want and you're not just pitying me. And I will do it.
I have, and I vocalized this to you.
Yeah, and I told you that my sister is the only family I have. So her wedding is really important. I was thinking I was going to have to tell her that I wasn't going to have you as a date after I had already told her, and she was making a place card under your name. Would have been really embarrassing to explain that you had ghosted me. If you're into it for the long haul, I would think you would want to go. And I believe you. Don't bail on me after I do this, and then on the wedding, because that would be awful.
That's the dating contract right there. The wedding thing.
My God.
Yeah, that's part of the dating contract. Remember, he was
Oh,
like,
God.
you know, I had to go to the wedding and some other stuff. So there it is. Clearly. Why do you feel the need to say something like this?
Because of what you already did.
We need to move on.
Okay. I didn't mean that as share photos immediately at all.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Okay. And I've already said yes to that. Why are you bringing up other topics?
That didn't come off right.
Okay, then stop talking about that right now, please.
I meant in the future. Fine.
Obviously. Why are you confusing this situation more than it needs to be?
I definitely did not mean now.
If I'm taking off Monday, I need to get a lot done. So to answer your question, I'm spending time with you tonight. And I've already said why the sense of urgency. We need to handle this. And it didn't get handled last week. I'm not going more time than necessary. You said you wanted to do it, so let's get it done.
Fine. I'm working as well. So you don't want to spend the night together between now and then?
I don't know right now. I'm more worried about taking care of all my responsibilities that are piling up.
That I'm upset?
I don't believe you.
Why on earth would you say that?
You're keeping this child whether with or without me, and you have proven it.
That's absolutely false. I am doing it tonight with you.
And you'll make me responsible.
I wanted to do it tomorrow with you.
No, I don't think you are.
I absolutely am.
This has been damaging, and has been, and will continue to be, and has gone on for too long. Do whatever you want. Have an unwanted, unloved, probably retarded baby.
Wow.
No. You want a bastard child that you made with a stranger that won't be loved. That's fucked up.
I am the one taking the pills, not you. So I have made the final decision. Wow. I chose you, not the kid. I'm not changing my mind.
You've made many quote-unquote final decisions that weren't final. Again,
Stop
laughing
acting
till
like
I'm
this.
crying.
Wow, I am taking them with you.
I'm acting like a person who cannot play fucking games any longer. That's why I'm acting like, no, you're never taking them.
You told me you wanted to go to Sedona, and then we both needed it and to move on together. So you have not been drugged through the mud. This has absolutely sucked for me. And believe me, I know about sucking. the opposite of fun. I want to get this done and have a great and normal relationship and encourage each other to crush it at work and not fight on the phone. Isn't that what you want too?
Yeah, except I told you what would make happen, and this continues. I don't feel well. I have a ton of work to do still. And you're only worried at these conversations. My God, man. You know, it's crazy because he was like, yeah, you know, let's do all this. And she rolled back to the beginning of it. It's nuts. And I've not been able to do anything I need to get done. So I'm stressed and quite frankly pissed that another day has gone by where the majority of the time was spent going in circles. You could be taking the pills, starting the process, none of which you're offering to do.
Please take a step back and listen to me. This is not all on you. I chose you. That is my decision. I don't want to have a child out of wedlock and obligation.
Then don't, and do it.
Exactly what I'm going to do.
Do it now.
With you tonight. Let's do it.
I'm working. No, have the baby.
Wow. You were the one who asked me to come over and do it.
Keep the bastard and raise it alone and find another single parent to enjoy it with.
I don't want that.
No, you have many times. Yes, you do. You've said it.
I want to get it done in front of you.
What? So fucking do it.
What does that even mean? I want to get it done in front of you.
I don't know. It's
Take
creepy.
a pill? Take a pill?
Yeah, I guess so. I wanna take those pills in front of you, baby.
So gross.
It's so weird, man. I can see why he's like, holy shit. Because think about how much time this is wasted.
Oh God, it's terrible. Like, yeah, Jim Schuler says, what kind of sick kink is that?
I know. Oh, baby, I'm gonna have to take the abortion pills.
I want to have an abortion in front of you. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Yikes. Hashtag yikes. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
I think we get the gist of what's going on here. I mean, my God. And we're only halfway through. Look at this.
How is this all the same conversation?
I don't know. Let me.
All right, look. All right, I'm going to get to super chats. If you guys want us to continue doing this, you're going to have to send breadstick money and ask for it, okay? It's going to all be on the breadstick money if you want us to continue this. Kitty meow, thanks for the 10. I just can't with all the PDF files anymore. Make it stop. Yeah, I would like it to stop. Rhea Norman, thanks for the 2. Her name is Annie. Annie, get your gun. And fake Laura Owens with the 5. You believe Laura Loomer? Hasn't this first name lost most of its credibility these days? Yes. Fallen Hero 4567. Thanks for the 2. Breadstick money. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sabine Simone. Thanks for the 5. Gingras is a supervillain who came dressed as a doofus. Yep. Debbie, thanks for the 5. It's an effing miracle that these men ever dated another woman ever again. I was shocked to find out that Clayton has been on dates.
I don't know how. That takes a lot of trust in people, to be able to move forward and say everyone's not crazy like this.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's like, he actually dated a girl or has been dating. Like, I can't believe it. I still haven't watched the entire interview with Steve and him, but that part blew my mind. I was like, holy cow, he's actually dating women again. And he put a photo of himself on Instagram that looks like there's somebody with blonde hair in bed next to him. So he may be dating seriously. I don't know. Good for him, I guess. Be careful, Clayton. Be very careful. All right. Thank you, Debbie, for that. Appreciate that. Angie's Wave. Thanks for the 5. Breadstick money to discuss an I love me jacket for LO. That's funny. What are you asking? Spawn is interrupting me. She wants something. What do you want?
You told me to text you. I text you. After I text you, you go, tell me what you want. What you really, really want. So tell me what you want.
Oh, is that so? You're Spice Girling it out?
I am.
And are you asking for gas money? Is that what I'm
No, I was
hearing?
just saying if they're going to give you money, they should give me money.
For what? What did you do for them today?
Being funny.
Uh-huh.
Singing Spice Girls.
No, denied. Go ask Dad. Why haven't you asked Dad? Well, how much later are we talking about? How much later? Well, I need a time.
Until midnight, 11:30.
Wait,
30 minutes extra.
11:30?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like, no, I need a time.
I don't know what time. Give me a time. You give me a time.
11:30.
9:15.
No, Doug says 9:15.
I like you.
It's already 9:30. What was that?
Yeah, okay, 10:15. My bad. My bad. I was giving you 45 minutes.
Okay. All right. You need to be home by 11:30. Deal? Okay. All right.
They can't see me, right?
No, no one can see you. The camera's off.
I mean, I don't really
She's
care.
crawling around on my studio floor because she just dropped a bracelet and beads went everywhere. You know, if you don't,
I thought
leave
you
now,
threw
you're
money
gonna
on the
have
floor.
less
You were
time.
like,
Yeah.
get it yourself.
Well, I have beads all over the floor.
I know. Beads are all over the floor. Yeah.
Do not sit down.
All right. Better beat it or you're going to have less time the longer you stay here.
Why don't you give me one?
I said 11:30. Why are now she wants midnight?
I wait. She said you got to come up with the time. What's up, man?
Hey, don't swear.
Sorry, but they all just went down the other side of
Well, you can pick it up later. I don't think midnight is appropriate. No. With Dad asleep and not being able to weigh in on this issue, I'm going with 11:30.
Real leather.
Oh, nice.
Feel. Smell. Tell me.
Nice. Smells like real leather.
I got it at Goodwill for $7.
I don't know why we're doing this right now, folks. I'm sorry.
The child wants attention from the parent.
Yeah, well, listen, 11:30. If you want more attention, come home at 12. Then you'll get a lot of attention.
Oh my God.
Moving on. Now be quiet. I have a show to run. Brandis Abercrombie, thanks for the 2. Sounds so cringy and clingy. Yeah, the texts are bad.
What's
man.
bad is like the Spice Girl thing. I was finishing the Laura part in my brain. So tell you what you want, what you really, really want. I was like, oh my God, after I read those texts, I could finish that in some terrible sentences.
Fake Laura Owens. She says, I need to give her the good voice.
It was years after these texts that I found out you can't get pregnant from butt stuff. Who knew?
Who knew?
Sunshine, I am not religious, but I don't think any of those gods allow for this behavior. You're absolutely correct. That was so funny. Fake Laura Owens.
Oh shit, this was only after 4 dates? I'm crazier than I realized.
Yes, Laura. Very, very crazy. Angie's Wave, thanks for the 5-0. Dang, I figured it out. She sounds exactly like Misery. I'm your biggest fan.
She really does. Mm-hmm.
Ray Bay, thanks for the 5. Meg, your voice and emphasis are creepy AF, and the juxtaposition of Tug's exasperation is too good. Emma Washington, thanks for the 2. More. Keep reading. Mimsy sent 5. Thank you. Says breadstick money. And Angel, thanks for the Australian 20. I'm suing you both for emotional damage. All the best.
All the best.
All right, I guess we can go on a little bit further.
Let me see.
This is really getting creepy. Oh, Jenny said, Dad isn't really asleep, and he's already said no. That would be terrible. No, he probably is asleep. He told me he was exhausted. But yeah. How much you want to bet she isn't going to show up home till midnight? Anybody want to take bets?
No, not to bet against a kid. Pop it.
Oh God.
I know better.
Thank God for GPS. I can always tell whether she's on her way home or not. Like, you're not going to make it by curfew if you haven't left
Oh my
yet.
God! I saw this short where this woman was sewing AirPod trackers into her husband's the tongue of the shoes. And,
I saw
sewing them back
that.
up. Yeah, I was like,
I thought it was a really bad sewing job. You could tell there was something wrong
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could feel that. I mean, if you ever touched it, you'd feel the damn thing in there.
Yeah, you
know?
would feel it. Like, I think that was just for clicks because nobody really does that. No one's going to do that. Like, you would catch that.
You would
By the
hope
way,
not.
if you have to GPS your significant other, there's something wrong. Now, we all have our family tracking on, and it's really just so we know where we are. You know,
yeah, if something
like,
happens and somebody's not popped
Yeah.
up, and they're really
Nobody is.
late.
I am not watching my husband's tracker, being like, "Where's he going for lunch? Where's he going now? I am not doing that. The only time I ever check his location is when I want to know how long I have till he gets home before dinner. That's it. Like when he's on his way home from work, it's a handy thing to be able to be like, oh, okay, I have 15 minutes, and I can get dinner ready by the time he gets walks in the door. So it's good for timing, but. No, Spawn is good. She'll make it home at 11:30. She's pretty good. Her normal curfew is 11 during the summer, so she wants extra time. So I think 11:30 is sufficient. They're doing night swimming. I don't know how I feel about that, but she's 18, so whatever. It's out of my hands. All right.
This is a
Where were
weird
we
gig.
at?
I think I'm going to pick up right here. I don't remember exactly where we are.
Okay.
I'll pick up with, have your bastard unwanted child that will likely have defects.
That is my turn.
You put us through this enough. Choose to, don't choose to. I don't care. It's your fucking decision either way. Then do it.
I'm going to take the pills. Please calm down. I want to do it and move on.
Then fucking do it. I don't care.
I know you do. Don't say that. I'm not changing my mind. I have no desire to make your life bad.
You've been through a liar, a manipulator, and this has gone on long enough. You have driven me nuts with the circles and harassing. You are a terrible person.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
You can enjoy your bastard child and all your money on your own.
Did you see what the church says about abortion?
Yeah, I'm serious. I don't give a fuck.
I would keep my promise to you.
Church is a belief. One belief. You already lied to me on so many fronts. I will never believe you.
Then why do you care about a bastard child? I have changed my mind because I have felt tortured on this.
Until you fucking prove it with actions, you're all talk. Immature child.
I would take them for you. Wow, I was going to do that.
Guess what? When I quit my job and work at McDoubles.
McDouble.
It's McDowell's. He's gonna go
McDoubles
to
with
work at
cheese.
McDowell's.
McDouble
Yeah.
Chabes.
I said yes to this and would in a heartbeat. Then let's fucking do this and never speak of it again.
Your child support will be 50 cents. 50 cents. You think I'll support a wealthy bastard? You're out of your fucking mind. Yeah, you had the opportunity.
And I said yes.
You couldn't even do that correctly.
You're the one who backed down.
For all I know, you're fucking broke.
Definitely not.
Who lives in their parents' basement?
I don't live in my parents' basement. I live in my parents' casita.
Oh my God, I'm going to read this. I'm just going to read it straight. Anything that comes across, I'm going to read
Oh
it.
God, here we go.
You probably took my cum off your back. Oh my God, off your back. And shoved it in your vagina. You're asking me for money?
I'm not backing off my promise to you.
Off your back. Oh my God.
She doesn't even respond to that.
I know.
It's
She's just like,
crazy.
eh. She's like, all the best.
She totally ignores that incredibly, provocative statement. She just completely ignores it. That's not normal. That is not a normal reaction. It's like, is she even reading what he is saying?
Maybe she likes this response from him. Maybe this is
So
actually what she
weird.
wants. You know, we assume she wants this relationship. She wants to be in control too. She wants to break these
She
people.
likes jerking them around and making them hurt.
I'm miserable like she is. You greedy ass.
It is kind of like Misery, you know, like where she breaks his ankles and she's like, this, you know,
Yeah.
it's good for you. What I'm doing for you is good for you. Like very similar.
Go ahead, Greg.
I was reading below. I was like, what? Leave me alone.
That's what the government says, not me. I want you to keep your word to me. You lost it on me all of a sudden.
What does she
Great.
mean that's what the government says? What does the government say?
That you're going to take me for money. That I don't know, that you have to like wipe it off your back. I don't really know.
You know, that reminds me of something. I took some kids to the beach today, and a couple of boys with my son, and one of the boys, I about died laughing. I almost had to pull the car over. If you want to know what the state of American politics is these days and how the average person views the government, one of these little kids out of nowhere says, free t-shirts that say I hate the government. Call today and get your free t-shirt that says I hate the government. And I was like, oh, I'll take one of those.
Yeah, for real.
Right here. How funny is that? Like a little kid. I think he's like 12, 10, 11. Maybe he's 11. Still, like, everybody hates the government. It's kind of the thing to do. Yeah, Flux. Yeah, I wanted to scream fuck the government, but I was in the car with 9 and 10-year-olds, so that's not okay to do. But it was funny. All right, sorry. Continue.
I was changing my
Where were we?
avatar real quick. Give me a second.
Oh, you're changing your avatar? Well, then I have to change mine too.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about
Ready?
the government.
Want to say 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, I changed mine to me living through it.
Perfect.
Yep. I'm still here. President Tug's alive.
President Tug's alive.
Man.
And I have changed my avatar.
To Laura Owens, baby. That's right. That's right.
Okay, here we go. Great. 24% of employment isn't much money, you cheap fuck. And I have equal tight as the woman in Arizona.
That is your right. Yes, you do.
I'll fucking make your life miserable, you liar.
I would think an abortion would be easier.
No shit, Sherlock.
Greg, I said that it was fine if you didn't mislead me. I don't get why you seem to want me to do that.
I don't need a liar in my home alone reporting me to the police.
I will do it with no issue.
My word versus yours. I refuse to.
Does she mean she'll report him to the police?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
What?
And he's like, it's my word versus yours. So, I refuse to risk that. So he's like, yeah, I'm afraid to be with you.
I think that's how he took it.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Then fucking do it. You are a liar, and you won't.
I would do it with you, and you would see. I made a promise to you when you were being nice and kind. You're not being that way right now.
God, why you made me read this, Greg? I didn't come in you. You slept with me in the first date. You asked for my middle name. You planned this all.
What?
Yeah, bitch, that's what I said.
Why the fuck would I do that?
You fucking liar. And then I broke it off, and you went nuts.
You've lost it, okay?
You got what you wanted. A bastard child.
I don't want that.
Obviously you do, you liar.
Stop calling me that.
You lied over and over threatening me. Liar. Made me believe you liked me and wanted me. You wanted to make me a dad and put me on the hook for an unwanted, retarded bastard. Man, excuse me for like all this. I apologize. I have to talk to you. I'm just reading this shit.
I don't deserve this. Try being a woman having an unplanned pregnancy at 31 and you feel the guilt.
Have fun living the single parent life.
No, I do like you and want you. I want to have the abortion and keep my promise.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Then prove it and stop putting me through this.
I made my decision and I have been totally prepared to do exactly what we discussed today.
I will not relive one moment of this. Is that clear? I will not discuss this one more minute. If you bring it up and show hesitation, I'm calling the cops or not. Your choice.
I'm not hesitating.
You've been dragging for 20 days. That's crazy, man. 20 days. Wasting our time. And you'll get your gas money and child support unless you lie on your taxes and you're broke as fuck.
I said I would do it for the version of you who wrote the nice stuff earlier.
Oh, you mean the stuff that you wouldn't just let it go and like
Yeah, I wouldn't
move
let
on?
it go. You don't get shit from me.
I can promise you that's not the case.
Great.
Oh. You
Yep,
don't get shit from me. Oh, I can promise you that that's not. I'll get all kinds of shit from you. Yeah.
Then you don't get a dime from me. And don't have to commit mortal sin.
Aren't we doing an abortion?
Oh, are you that greedy? Woman, you are.
I'm so confused.
I have not a fucking day in the matter. If I don't get a say, then you don't get money from me. I'm confused too. You're holding me hostage over a bastard child.
You do get a say.
It's pathetic. Yeah, I said in the life of the unwanted, not created out of love, who doesn't have a heartbeat. And let us live our fucking,
I think that's
our food. Yeah, it's fucking Fukong loves.
Fukong lives.
Fukong loves, which right now you're ruining. You're ruining our Fukong loves.
Right.
Then prove
That's
it.
right. You got it. You finally figured it out.
Yeah, you are ruining our Fukong loves. Then prove it. Fucking do it. And don't act stupid and read directions wrong. I find that very difficult to believe. I thought you weren't extremely smart.
Who looks to see if tablets go in their vagina? You don't need to call me woman and bitch.
You don't need to hold me hostage.
You are being very, very cruel.
For a bastard. It's pathetic and disgusting.
Greg, stop. You need to take some deep breaths here. You are terrified of me having it. We can move on from this tonight. All will be fine. I have offered to do this tonight. I am not changing what I said.
Wait just a second, I got a kid.
That's okay. I've had like 4 interruptions. All right, I'm going to read some super chats while Tug deals with teaching how to make spaghetti. Saving Grace Farm. Thanks for the 2. My 18-year-old daughter has a 9 o'clock curfew. Sorry, Spawn. Oh, well, good for you. I don't know how you managed to enforce that. Fletcher Boy, thanks for the 10. LO is the #1 reason given for vasectomies in 4 states. Emma Washington, thanks for the 2. LO is beyond Delulu. And these texts are crazy. Lisa M, thanks for the 2. My coworkers started ending emails with all the best. Oh, yeah. All the best, all the best, all the best. Yeah. It's the only way to end an email. Fake Laura Owens, thanks for the $4.99. And she says,
oh my God, did I have the voice on that whole time?
You did indeed. It's funny because I can hear it in there while I'm talking still, you know?
Whoops. F the government. If I do, will it sign a contract to date with intent?
It's funny. She came down the stairs. She was like, oops, you're on, right?
Why didn't anybody tell me that I had the voice mod on? For God's sake. You have to tell me. I went to turn it on and I realized it was still on. I was like, oh, crap.
That's hilarious.
Sound like a dummy. All right. What time is it? It's getting late. All right. We're going to have to pick this up at another time.
Yeah.
Because...
Okay. We're 44. Hey, we made it 44 pages.
Wow. Wow. We got a lot of pages.
Yes.
That was
I can't believe
hard
it's so
to do.
crazy. You know, she gaslit him to the point like he's losing it here because it's been 20 days according to this.
That's well, and if you go over the Mike Maricini text, she drags out the abortion drama for like 2 months. 2 months. It's worse than 20 days. It's like 2 months in that case, and then she does it again. She does it several times. So the first time it's like, first it's like, I have to go, but I don't want to go. But you really need to go. And, they make the decision. Finally, she's going to go. Then she doesn't have an appointment. Then she makes the appointment. Then she cancels the appointment. Then it's I got an appointment on this day. Oh, but he has a work thing that day and you can't be with me. So now I have to cancel the appointment again and then make another appointment. Well, then when it comes time to actually go, she allegedly goes to get the abortion, and then it didn't work. It was a failure. I'm still pregnant. And then it starts all over again. It starts all over again.
Yeah, it's cyclical. Well, I mean, this conversation was cyclical. He was like, okay, yeah, let's go do something. And then she starts going into what a terrible person he is yet again.
It's really sick, and I hope that the county attorney looks at all of this stuff and decides that this is what it is, and it's blackmail. For God's sake, it's blackmail, and it needs to stop. And she needs to face a jury, because I really don't think that a jury of her peers are going to look at this and go, oh yeah, it's fine to treat people like this. It's fine to commit perjury and fake a baby and multiple times. Poor Greg. Greg's case has gotten barely any, airtime. But what she did to him is just as terrible as what she did to Clayton. And at the time, he didn't have anybody supporting him. He didn't have anybody. He didn't have a Reddit group digging into his case and being there to give him encouragement.
Well, he's looking at this and he's thinking that there is a child there. And he's like, oh my God, 4 dates. 4 dates, and apparently he had a splashdown on the back. So
gross. Gross. Are you streaming tomorrow?
Yes, I need to. Yeah,
all right, what time? Are you going live at like 6?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll be on my regular time.
So Dave and I were gonna stream tomorrow night, but I'll jockey the time around and make sure that we go on later. But Dave and I are gonna do one of a series of like some political talk where we hope that we can show people that you can come from different sides and still like one another. And so we're gonna try it tomorrow night. I'm gonna work with him on the time. See if we can get it to either earlier than Tug goes or later. But that's going to be fun. I'll let you know when that all happens. And what are you going to stream about tomorrow, Tug?
I have no idea yet. I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
All right. Well, it's that time. Thank you, everyone, for coming by. Thank you so much for being here. And I don't know if anybody is streaming currently right now. Let's see who is streaming right now. Who can I send you to? If there's anybody to redirect to. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Who is streaming? Oh, it looks like Lauren Knighty is streaming. I'll send you over there. So, go tell Lauren I said hello. And Tug does too. And we will talk to you again. We'll holler at you later, as Tug likes to say. Right, Tug?
Indeed. Bye there.
Bye, everybody. Do your squats.
You impose fatness on you. You did it by going, oh, I want the butter on the popcorn. Oh, I want the butter on the ice cream. Oh, I want the butter on the sandwich. Oh, I want the butter on the salad. Stop eating butter. Can you just get up, walk 1 mile?
Just squat!
Walk farther. And if you can't walk, crawl, roll, get dragged by a goddamn forklift. Whatever is wrong with you, just move. Ever. Get off the chair. Get off the couch. No one is coming to service you while you sink into that furniture, while you become one with the pleather your poor ass got on that Walmart couch. Can you try not floating into sadness? Stop eating, stop drinking, start walking, start doing anything that you haven't been doing, you fat piece of shit!